most accurate forecast from the First Coast News Weather Team, certified by Weather Rate, sponsored by AC Designs.
Well, that sounds like a fun combo. Jumbo Metals and Heather throwing the first pitch. Well, let's hope this is not occurring at 7:05 on Friday. This is 2020. That is, this is what did occur. And for many of us, even if we had a thunderstorm, it didn't last long. Not for many of us, but for some of us, where we had that sea breeze collision again today, like yesterday, tended to happen east of I-95, and that's where the strongest storms are. But again, that activity has headed offshore, so we're just focused on what was the last severe thunderstorm. That was over Flagler County. Now notice we still have some pretty heavy rain and lightning over far southern St. Johns County, west of I-95. We still have rain over Putnam County, rain and rumbles, but the dangerous thunderstorm, that is with the frequent lightning strikes, pretty much far southern St. Johns County and Flagler County. Now we no longer have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect, and the activity, if anything, continues to build to the south with the sea breeze coming in from the east and to the southeast. Here's another way to look at it. Now, this is a computer model presentation, but I think it does a pretty good job showing that last event heading offshore. It could be that later this evening, some thunderstorms over central Georgia may try to get in toward northern Ware and Pierce County. We'll keep a close watch on that as we go beyond sunset. Well, what about tomorrow? Well, again, tomorrow, like we've seen over the last several days, the initial showers will develop over the Gulf Coast. So the Gulf Coast sea breeze is what we call dominant. It'll cross the peninsula, and then where it collides with wherever the East Coast sea breeze is, that's where the biggest storms of the day will be. And it looks like, at least for one more day, the big collision will be between I-95 and out around the beaches. But then it looks like we're going to begin to see a shift. Just subtle, but because the strongest storms tend to be no more than about 5 to 10 miles wide, it can make a big difference as far as who has the strongest storm. So again, tomorrow, yes, there's going to be thunderstorms, but I think we could say more than that. The initial storms will come at us from the west. Most won't erupt until about or just after the noon hour. And again, it looks tomorrow like the strongest storms will be where they collide with the East Coast sea breeze. Think the intracoastal and then out toward the beaches. So if you have summer campers, again, that lightning will make it all the way to the beaches. Don't let the sea breeze fool you. We'll begin to see some changes. We're headed toward the full moon. That's later in the week. But a clue to that is we see high tide now early in the morning, low tide at noon. For you birders out there, of course you can see beautiful birds anywhere around the First Coast, but for those of you that maybe like to go to the canopy, Timaquan Preserve, of course, birders have told us they love it there. It's going up to 94, but at dawn out there, 76 degrees. Okay, so we're going to look for the shift. On Friday, again, 60% of us with thunderstorms, but maybe that collision a little farther to the west, out toward I-95. And for Saturday, the collision may be even a little farther to the west between I-95 and 301, which means if you have plans to be near the coast on Saturday, you might not necessarily get those storms come all the way out. And again, if we're going to see any kind of trend at all, we won't see the thunderstorms end, but I think we will see somewhat of a decrease in activity after Saturday.